Being a student at the University of Iowa, you got a lot on your mind.
Classes, exams, papers, not to mention work, it's a lot of new responsibility.
And another first-time experience for many is renting a place to live. It's a big responsibility, not meant to be taken lightly.
But with proper planning and attention to detail, signing a lease and being a tenant does not need to be a daunting experience.
Here are some tips to help you navigate the process. When locating an apartment, it's important to consider, is this the right property for you?
Make sure to walk through the unit with the landlord or property manager. Double check the address to make sure you're visiting the exact unit you will be leasing, and make sure the amenities match what was advertised.
Iowa City is easy to navigate by walking, biking, taking the CAM bus, or public transit. Not having a vehicle is both economical and better for the environment. If you plan to have a car though, consider the parking situation. How many spots are available? Do you need a parking permit? On-street parking only? Remember, you can't store your vehicle on the street during vacations and breaks. Violators can be towed.
Ask current tenants in the apartment complex how much they pay in utilities. Utility costs can vary greatly depending on the type and age of housing.
Go by the unit at night. Is it secure? Does it have adequate lighting? What's the noise level like? Will you be comfortable living there?
Ask the landlord how maintenance issues are addressed. Do they have staff on call? What is the expected response time?
Research the landlord and their properties online. Have there been consistent maintenance issues or non-responsive property management?
Once you've found a place you like, the next step is to carefully review your lease before signing it. Check to see what utilities the landlord pays and what you are responsible for, such as water, garbage, gas, electric, cable, and internet.
Verify the start and end date of the lease, as well as the total rent charged. Review all lease terms, which should cover items such as what types of damage you are responsible for, what maintenance you must perform, such as mowing or snow removal. Are you allowed to sublet your room or unit? Can you add roommates? And can you have pets? You should keep a copy of your lease to reference should an issue arise.
If you aren't confident about interpreting the document, Student Legal Services offers free lease reviews to UI students. To learn more about this service or to sign up for assistance, visit the Student Life webpage.
The University of Iowa Student Government's Renter's Guide provides information about local rental options such as the cost of rent, maintenance quality, and recycling provision.
These are crucial things that you need to know about, so being thorough will prevent overlooking any issues.
Here are a few red flags to be aware of to avoid a poor rental experience.
The landlord refuses to give you a copy of the lease to review. This is not something you want to sign without careful review.
If a landlord puts pressure on you to sign immediately, you shouldn't feel coerced during the rental process.
The landlord refuses to show the apartment you are interested in renting and gives excuses for why the rental unit cannot be shown. You should have the chance to look at the place you are committing to live.
The landlord does not have a valid rental permit issued by the city. To check for a valid permit for Iowa City properties, check our permit database at icgov.org/permit search.
Once you've signed a lease and are moving in, make sure to document all damages and problems that you see.
Ask the property manager for a move-in checklist to run through. Going through this will help avoid missing items that may later count against your deposit.
Take date-stamped photos of the unit, make a copy for your records, and provide a copy to your landlord within the first 7 days of the lease term. You should get renter's insurance because it protects your belongings from theft or property damage. The landlord's policy does not cover your personal belongings, and the cost is typically low.
Get to know your neighbors. When an issue arises, it is much easier to discuss with a neighbor to resolve it if you know each other. After you move in, invariably something in your rental unit will not work. The fridge, oven, a leaking faucet, or some other issue may arise. So what should you do if something goes wrong after you move in?
Check the lease for notification procedures. Some property managers may have online request forms. If not, notify the property manager in writing. Let the property manager know the problem and the date it started. Follow up with a phone call.
Depending on what it is, allow a reasonable time for the landlord to schedule and get the item repaired or replaced. If the item does not get repaired after you notify the landlord in a reasonable time, contact Neighborhood and Development Services to report the issue for Iowa City properties. If this is a code violation, the city can assist in enforcing the housing code.
You can contact NDS at 319-356-5135 or report online using the city's app. IC Gov Express. If a serious issue goes unresolved, you may need legal advice to address the problem.
If you are a University of Iowa student, you can access student legal services for free. They can provide confidential, high-quality advice on your rights as a renter.
Eligible low-income Iowans can access free legal help from Iowa Legal Aid for civil law problems, including housing. The website has helpful information on tenant rights.
Fair housing is a right that everyone has. The Fair Housing Act and the Iowa City Fair Housing Ordinance protect people from discrimination for reasons such as age, race, disability, sexual orientation, and other protected groups. If you believe you have been the victim of discrimination, report it by contacting the City of Iowa City Human Rights Office. You can file your housing complaint online, through email, or in person.
By following these simple precautions, your off-campus housing experience can be an easy and enjoyable process.
Make sure to utilize these resources from the university and the city during your rental search.
Thanks for watching.
And go Hawks!